Looking at the Hawks, staggered after a resounding Game 2 loss, they'll try to regain their confidence and reclaim some momentum here in this vital Game 3. And though technically this is not an elimination game, it is clearly a borderline must-win game. Shaq, how do you see it?
Well, I feel like every game, unless you're up 3-0, is a must-win. You never know what will happen in the series to turn the tide.
I mean, Ernie, if you look at history, no one's come back from a 3-0 deficit. So this might not be a must-win, but it's a key win if you want to get back into the
won't be here, so it will never be done. Because if I'm not here, I didn't see it.
So if you're not here, it didn't happen.
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Okay.
Just get stitches. I didn't see nothing.
If something happens right down the hall and you didn't see it, it didn't happen.
Can't confirm it. Got to confirm it.
That's just silly. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Sold-out Phillips Arena. Welcome, everyone, to Game 3 of this Eastern Conference Round 1 matchup. 2-0 so far. Perhaps the Tide can turn this one. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sidelines. Take a look at the Hawks. They need the boost here from the hometown fans, trailing 2-0. It is critical for them to start to edge back into this series.
And an opportunity here to change the momentum of this series. The odds are stacked against them after losing those first two on the road. But now in their building, their fans, it's their chance to get back into it.
Simply do or die time. I mean, they can't be discouraged by the two losses. There's still plenty of time left in this series. The most important game is the current game. The crowd isn't discouraged, and we can feel that. Just listen to them. They're going at it in here.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Martin in at shooting guard. Taj Gibson is out there with Andre Drummond. Then there's Jennings. And it's Johnson in at the 3 spot.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
What a great nose for the basketball he has, and such a strong finisher as well.
And so it's the Pistons getting on the board first. Clock at 4. Teague. Offensive rebound. And finished off by Horford.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
Martin kicks to Gibson. The shot is off, and it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Come off a really big loss on Sunday.
Just looking at the stat sheet, they gave far too many free throws away in that game. Maybe it was the noise in the building or something, but they really looked rattled.
Well, Greg, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but all of those misses from the stripe clearly had an impact on that game.
Martin with the bucket.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Hawks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Teague dishes to Horford. That's good, and so Teague with the assist.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now here's Jennings. Drummond passes to Johnson, and finished off by Martin.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
So it's Atlanta now. T kicks to Corver. The Hawks working the ball around. There's the screen. Jennings against T. Horford sets a screen for T. Here's Millsap. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And so Paul Millsap nails both of them. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Martin the screen. Martin with a screen on Teague. Jennings. And it's sent back by Horford. Teague against Martin. And Teague, here we go. And the shot is good. Teague's got his first 2 points of the night.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Jennings dishes to Martin. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
That's outstanding hang time improvisation right there.
T kicks to Horford from the baseline. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
That's his first personal foul.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Al Horford. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Horford. So Horford gets 2. Pistons trail by 4. Drummond with a screen on Teague. Kicks it to Gibson. Pass to Martin. Connects on the foul line jumper. Martin's got 8.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
That is good.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Let's send it over to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach Mike Budenholzer. Doris?
He had the demeanor you might expect from a coach in his situation. After dropping the first 2 in hostile territory, he recognizes the task they have in front of them. He said, we didn't get it done on the road, and now we have to take care of business at home. Simple as that. Let's see how it plays, guys.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Let's take a look at the players who excelled at setting up their teammates in the regular season. Number 1, Brandon Jennings. And the Hawks making a change here. Schroeder's checked in. The Hawks have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Picked by Horford. Schroeder passes to Ariza. He dishes it to T. 5 to shoot. And the pass to Horford. Here's Schroeder. That 3 off the mark. The Pistons have gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. It's stolen by T. Millsap has the open look. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. The Pistons trailing. Martin the screen. Dishes to Gibson. Shoots from 12. A second chance effort. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one on Horford. The Pistons shooting their first free throws of the evening. That free throw, no good. Atlanta making some changes. Paul Pierce is checked in for Millsap. Cephalosha comes in for Trevor Ariza. And Justin Holiday subbed in for T. Then for the Pistons, Marcus Morris is checked in for Gibson. Alinari comes in for Johnson. And it's Jackson in for Brandon Jennings. Now here's Schroeder. Here's Pierce. Bank shot, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Martin dishes to Morris. Back to Martin from 17 feet out. And again, it's the Pistons missing. The Hawks leading. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. Holiday gets the bucket.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
Jackson kicks to Martin. Cannot hit. Excellent D there from Pierce. Atlanta's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Hawks?
That mid-range shot has been a weapon for them up to this point, though.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
Jerebko's checked in for the Hawks. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Smith is checked in. Pistons trail by 4. Morris with the screen for Jackson. Martin wide open. He fires. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. 14 points for Martin.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Now here's Holiday. Cephalosha from the right block. The shot is good. Cephalosha's got his first points in this one.
Not much defense to speak of yet here, guys.
Nope. It's been all offense, fellas, all the time here early.
Holiday against Martin. Morris a screen, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And that's 2 fouls for him very early in this ball game. He'll probably have to spend some time on the bench before halftime.
Atlanta leading by 3. Schroeder passes to Jerebko. The feed to Schroeder. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Now, here is Gallinari. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Nice shot by Smith.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it. Good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
Here's Cephalosha following the bucket by the Pistons. That's good. Holiday's got 5 now.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Clark, a little disparity there in the rebound numbers, but some of that comes down to how the ball bounces. Let's see if it evens out.
Here's Schroeder. Another shot. And Pierce with the lay-in. And the Hawks lead by 7.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
Yeah, the great field goal percentage they were hoping for.
And the basket by Jackson.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Schroeder up top, guarded by Jackson. Now here's Schroeder. Shot is no good.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Hawks lead by 5. 2K Sports back in a moment here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta. And a chance now to hear from Paul Millsap talking about the confidence of his team. Greg, it's got to be more than just attitude, right? I mean, ultimately, don't you have to have guys step up and produce in some cases or even overproduce?
You do, but really it is about attitude and confidence. I mean, those are the 2 elements that if you bring to the table, you really will have a chance to beat anyone. And so don't discount that attitude when you're on a roll. They call it getting your swag on today. Back in the day, it was called having your mojo working. Right. So same thing, and you can ride that for quite a ways.
And we're set to get started again for the next bit of action in this Game 3. Now, what do you guys think about the Hawks here in this one?
Really, it's always a positive when you can get some impact off your bench.
Always nice to have firepower coming from the reserves, and they've had firepower and then some so far.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up. Atlanta making some changes. Pierce comes in for Al Horford. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Kyle Korver. Detroit also making some changes. Marcus Morris comes in for Taj Gibson. And Martin subbed in for Brandon Jennings. And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Hawks put on a show. He ended with 31 points and did his work from a pair of lines, hitting from both beyond the arc and from the charity stripe. His play in that game was why they were able to walk away with a win in Game 2. Guys, back to you.
Great job, Doris. Thank you, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can stay in a role like that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes those hot streaks can last for days, and I'm sure they'll be feeding him the basketball, hoping he's still got that mojo working.
Well, they ought to. I mean, when you've got a thoroughbred like him, I think you've got to ride him for as long as he'll carry you.
And it's time for an injury report. Let's get an update on Drummond. What's the status there, Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. I just talked with the Pistons' head athletic trainer. He told me that it doesn't look too serious. For a team that is getting ready for the playoffs, this is the last thing that they wanted to see happen. The worst possible time for injuries, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Boy, you always hate to see anyone ever deal with any sort of injury.
And almost for every player, it's inevitable. I mean, injuries are going to happen no matter how well you take care of yourself.
And let's just hope the rehab process doesn't drag on any longer than it has to.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
Pistons trail by 13. Here's Martin, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
So it's the Hawks now, after the basket by Detroit. Here's Pierce. Gallinari with the rebound.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Jackson dishes to Martin. And Gallinari kicks to Martin. Lays it up and in off the prettiest hit. Martin's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Detroit. Atlanta's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Cephalosha passes to Millsap. Excellent defense there from Smith.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
Now here's Schroeder following the miss by Freak. Schroeder with the ball. Inside, but they recover it. Goes back up, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. 8 points for Millsap.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
They recover it. And let's quickly look at the best free throw shooting point guards from the regular season. A very steady group at the line. 5th best, Jeff T.
They are as reliable at the free throw line as you're going to find in this league. And that's something we've come to expect from the point guard position.
Yeah, typically you're going to find your best free throw shooters at that point guard spot. But it doesn't happen automatically. I mean, these fellas are consistently working and practicing to keep that percentage as high as it is.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Urevko comes in for Paul Millsap. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Jeff T. Pierce dishes to Schroeder. Pierce with a screen on Jackson. Schroeder kicks to Pierce. Shot clock at 6. Another 3 for Atlanta.
I'm not sure who was supposed to pick him up, but somebody's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving him that wide open.
That's a 2 from Martin. In for another field goal. A sublime 9 of 14 on the night.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And trailing in this game, now is not the time to start playing conservatively. I mean, if you've got an open look from deep, let it go. I mean, you got to play freely and with confidence.
Here's Schroeder following the basket by Freak. Jackson comes over with the double. 18 feet out, And Atlanta again with the bucket.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Smith outside, right wing, and Gallinari kicks to Martin. Morris, left side. He sinks the 11-footer.
That's a confident play there. Great execution.
Atlanta leading by 11. And here's Schroeder. Right side Holiday. Cephalosha kicks to Pierce. Another three for Atlanta. Jackson. And so we wrap up the first half. Hawks on top, leading by 14. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, obviously a lot of ground for you guys to make up in that second half. Do you expect Coach to shake things up to try to jumpstart you here in the third?
Yo, you better. How about a blood vessel up there? Stand losing like this. Yo, if he needs any suggestion on what we can change, he can come to me. Because I've been doing the list all half. About 5 pages long at this point.
Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3. Welcome back as we get set to continue our coverage of this round 1 playoff matchup.
Talk about a terrific game for Martin. He has 20 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point lane.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
Atlanta leading by 14. On the court for the Pistons, Martin, he's in at shooting guard. Andre Drummond is out there with Taj Gibson. Then it's Johnson, and it's Jennings in at the point guard position. Ariza no up. Detroit's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Jennings passes to Martin. Looking for Gibson, he gets it there. And it's sent back by Horford. Out of bounds, Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession. Millsap with the steal. Oh, and here comes Korver all alone. Count that one. Korver's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for Atlanta. Pistons trail by 16. Gibson with the screen on Teague and finished off by Martin.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
Almost a backboard breaker. Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Teague with the ball, and Jennings picks him up defensively. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's foul number 2 for him.
Still a bit chilly from the field at the start of this third quarter. 1 of 4 so far.
Tyler Hansbrough's checked in for Drummond. And so it's Detroit with the ball. It's a 14-point game. That's good.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Atlanta's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Ariza dishes to Millsap. He kicks it to Korver. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. And Gibson sends it back.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Now Teague. He's got 12.
And now, your Atlanta Hawks cheerleaders.
Now let's take a brief moment to see which teams were the best at shooting the ball from deep in the regular season. And not the Pistons. Number 5, the Hawks.
We've got a pair of teams here that weren't shy about shooting from way downtown. I mean, they love the three-point line, and with good reason. They were getting it done from back there.
So it's the Hawks now. The jump hook. Horford missing again.
Even though he isn't having the best of game from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Jennings against Teague. Martin kicks to Gibson. Right block shot. Rebounded by Korver.
He's given them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
Outside Teague. Back to Korver. Outside Millsap. Teague with a clean look. And basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10. Pistons trail by 12. Outside Martin. Hansbrough against Horford. Martin. And he jams it with authority.
Up high and down hard with the one-hander.
Got a little extra force for that one, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I think that's going to rouse up his teammates, no doubt.
Cloak loose. Gibson with the steal. To the middle. Here's Martin. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Paul Millsap picks one up.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And the Pistons making a change here. Smith is checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throw. Beautiful to watch.
Korver kicks to Teague. Picked by Horford. Back to Korver. Here's the 3. Great D that time from Martin.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Jennings passes to Martin. Millsap with the double team. Johnson outside. Knocked away and stolen by Horford. Jennings against Teague. Here's Ariza. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, just nice strength there and then just off with the shot.
Boy, with all the contact he drew there, Greg, that would have been a heck of a bucket. He nearly got it to go.
Ariza hits them both. Pistons trail by 10. Here is Jennings. Jennings off a pick from Martin. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Paul Pierce is checked in for Millsap, and Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Kyle Korver. Shots good by Gibson.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
Now here's Schroeder. Picked by Horford. There's the 3. That's good. Schroeder's got 5.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Atlanta leading by 11. Ariza dishes to Schroeder. And Teague has it in the corner. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
For the Hawks, Tabo Cephalosha is checked in for Ariza. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Teague. And then for Detroit, Marcus Morris is checked in for Gibson. Alinari comes in for Johnson. And it's Jackson in for Brandon Jennings.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Pierce with a screen on Jackson. Schroeder with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. 4 on the clock for 3. Pierce. Detroit with the rebound. Smith's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Jackson kicks to Martin. Ball's knocked loose. Now here's Schroeder. He's got 5. Pierce with the screen on Gallinari. And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. Jerebko's checked in for Al Horford.
Jonas Jerebko.
So it's the Hawks now. Passes it to Jerebko. Cephalosha kicks to Jerebko. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Pistons trail by 12. Pass to Morris. Outside Martin. Morris passes to Martin. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Wow, and how huge has he been today? Really just giving his team a nice lift.
Yeah, and he's kept them close enough to be within striking range. I mean, the deficit would be much larger if not for the efficiency of his play.
Here's Jackson after Paul Pierce's score. And finished off by Martin.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
Here's the dish to Pierce. 1:21 left to play in the 3rd. Cephalosha kicks to Pierce. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Clock at 6. Holiday. And the foul called on Jason Smith. That's his first foul. Drummond's checked in for Detroit. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Hawks.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters, to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight. Well, you know, that's one thing they've been doing extremely well, corralling those caroms.
Yeah, that's about the only thing, because not a whole lot else going right for them thus far.
Second shot opportunity, and count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Feeds to Jerebko. Kicks it to Holiday. Here's Cephalosha. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. And the Hawks lead by 12.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Martin dishes to Jackson. Drummond passes to Martin. Pierce with the steal. And now it's Cephalosha running. He can go all the way. And that one's good. Cephalosha's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end. Steals, fast break buckets. And the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc. And boy, are they taking advantage.
And we welcome you back to our coverage of round 1 in the NBA. And the Hawks making a change here. Pierce is checked in. Gallinari, he's checked in for the Pistons. Freak comes in for Reggie Jackson. Teague and Korver are the guards. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. And it's Pierce in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. And that one misses.
Wow.
Good on the second free throw.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Teague kicks to Millsap. Lets the 3 fly. Atlanta again missing.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Gallinari wide open. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. That's good. And that's now 9 points here for Taj Gibson.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Picked by Horford. Falls back and drains the fadeaway jumper. Horford's got 11 in the second half. Gallinari a screen on Teague. Pass to Gibson. From 12 feet out, that falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. And 11 points here for Taj Gibson. And there's the pass to Horford. Pierce kicks to T. Lets it go with a three. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. To the inside, here's Gallinari. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Gallinari's got 5 points in the quarter.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Dishes it to T. Horford against Gibson. And it's T. That time on the assist by Horford. And that's now 19 points for Jeff T. Gallinari a screen on Teague. Jennings kicks to Gallinari. Sinks the triple. The Hawks leading by 5. Teague with the ball. He feeds it to Horford. And Atlanta again with the bucket.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Passes it to Martin. Down low, here's Johnson. A shot, no good. And Atlanta will come the other way.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Here's Horford, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Horford having just a fantastic game. He's got 19 points, and he's played the role of the best today, too. I mean, he's caused a bunch of turnovers.
And it also tells you just how high his basketball IQ is. I mean, seeing plays develop before anyone else does on the court.
And the Hawks making a change here. Ariza's checked in. Drummond's checked in for the Pistons. Gibson with the screen on Teague. The feed now to Drummond. Rebounded by Korver. Atlanta leading by 9. And here is Teague. Millsap dishes to Korver. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime. Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
And so he hits both.
And now, your Atlanta Hawks cheerleaders.
Outside Gibson. Gibson setting the pick for Jennings. No good.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
Korver passes to Teague. Poked loose and stolen by Drummond. He dishes it to Martin. Good on the triple. Martin's got 14 points here in the second half.
And you know, he's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
Picked by Horford. Teague kicks to Millsap. Pass to Ariza. To the paint. From 10 feet out. Rebound by the Pistons. 59 seconds left in the game. Now Jennings. To the paint. Here's Martin. Offensive rebound. Here's Gibson. And count the basket. He is fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
He's got the touch they needed here as this one goes down to the wire.
Yeah, 4 of 4 this quarter, making buckets under duress.
It's been a solid outing for Gibson. He has 9 rebounds and 1 steal as well. He's been their leader, stirring the drink at the offensive end and then anchoring the defense.
And yeah, Clark, what an example he's been setting out there.
Reeves the dishes to Millsap. Pocket 6. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And really, with every point from this point on, it seems like they're just closer to finishing this one off.
If they haven't already done it. I mean, hey, it's been a tremendous all-around performance from this group. I don't think there's any question about that.
And finished off by Martin.
Oh, man, what a turnaround. Sensational play on D, and then the rapid-fire run to the basket.
Craig, they didn't wait around, did they? They went right for the throat.
Guys, this is crunch time now. When you got a chance to capitalize on the turnover, you got to take it and make it.
Team shots.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
The free throws go down and the lead goes up.
And now, your Atlanta Hawks cheerleaders.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's in! And now they trail by just 4. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
And he does get the second one. And that puts them up by 5. Jennings for 3. It's money from deep.
And you can sense things now starting to tighten up. Their offense has become unstoppable.
And, Greg, I'm not quite sure why it took him as long as he did to finally get things going, but as we always say, better late than never.
Six seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now they foul and stop the clock. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Team shots.
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. And so it's the Hawks who come out on top. Things were looking bleak for them, obviously, coming into this game. But with tonight's win, Greg, they are right back in it.
And that's the fight this team has. They don't care what the odds are. They are going to keep battling. And suddenly, we got a series on our hands.
We sure do. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Paul, congrats.
The 2K Sports post-game show.